When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. I think that's the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. I say something, and then it usually happens. Maybe not on schedule, but it usually happens. If you're trying to create a company, it's like baking a cake. You have to have all the ingredients in the right proportion. Patience is a virtue, and I'm learning patience. It's a tough lesson. I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. When Henry Ford made cheap, reliable cars, people said, "Nah, what's wrong with a horse?" That was a huge bet he made, and it worked. Great companies are built on great products. Brand is just a perception, and perception will match reality over time. Sometimes it will be ahead, other times it will be behind. But brand is simply a collective impression some have about a product. If something is important enough, even if the odds are against you, you should still do it. I could either watch it happen or be a part of it. Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. The first step is to establish that something is possible. Then probability will occur. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. I always have optimism, but I'm realistic. It was not with the expectation of great success that I started Tesla or SpaceX. It's just that I thought they were important enough to do anyway. You want to be extra rigorous about making the best possible thing you can. Find everything that's wrong with it and fix it. Seek negative feedback, particularly from friends. The first step is to establish that something is possible. Then probability will occur. People should pursue what they're passionate about. That will make them happier than pretty much anything else. I think we have a duty to maintain the light of consciousness to make sure it continues into the future. Work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in 80 to 100-hour weeks every week. This improves the odds of success. If other people are putting in 40-hour work weeks and you're putting in 100-hour work weeks, then even if you're doing the same thing, you know that you will achieve in 4 months what it takes them a year to achieve. There's a tremendous bias against taking risks. Everyone is trying to optimize their ass covering. I think most of the important stuff on the internet has been built. There will be continued innovation for sure, but the great problems of the internet have essentially been solved. People work better when they know what the goal is and why. It is important that people look forward to coming to work in the morning and enjoy working. The path to the CEO's office should not be through the CFO's office.